Hey y'all, today we're gonna go over how to do a dynamic warm-up. Now remember, a dynamic warm-up is really important because it's gonna increase your blood flow, it's gonna increase your body temperature, and it's get your joints and your whole entire body ready for whatever workout you're gonna do. Also, if you're not doing a workout today, a dynamic warm-up is a great way to do some active recovery. So I highly recommend that you do it even on your rest days because it's gonna increase that blood flow, which is gonna promote that healing. So I'm gonna go through each exercise. As we go through each exercise, try to just follow along. If you have a space where you can go about 10 to 15 yards, it's better to do it like that. But if you don't have space like I do, you can just do it in place for about 20 to 30 seconds, which is what I'm gonna do in this video. So the very first one that we're gonna do is we're just gonna walk up on our toes. So while we're doing this, go ahead and follow along with me. You're gonna make sure that you're staying up on the very tips of your toes. The only thing in contact with the ground should be the ball of your feet and your toes right now. What we're doing when we do this dynamic warm-up is we're hitting all 17 primary muscles. This one is really gonna activate the soleus and the gastrocnemius, which is on the back side of our lower leg. Again, we're just kind of stepping nice and easy. Whenever we do these exercises, we're not gonna go fast, we're just kind of easing into them. And you'll see as we do this dynamic warm-up, we're gonna start with the most basic exercises, and then we're gonna progress to a little bit more intense. All right, so now we're gonna go walking on our heels. So just kind of alternating side to side. You can actually walk forward and backwards if you want. When we're doing this, we're activating our tibialis anterior. It's a small muscle that runs along the outside of our shins. And when we do this, really important that you keep those toes up as high as you can towards those shin bones. And if you have any problem with shin splints, usually it's that muscle right there that's gonna give you problems. So we gotta make sure that we strengthen that, and in this case, we gotta warm it up super well. All right, still going back and forth for a few more seconds, making sure that we are keeping those toes up in the air. Good, and relax. Next one, we're gonna interlock our fingers. We're gonna pull our knees up to our chest. These are called knee huggers, just like so. Making sure that we are stretching out that gluteus maximus muscle. That's our butt muscle. Making sure that we're alternating legs each time that we pull it in. Again, as you're doing this, not intense, not a super hard pull. And when we're doing this, also note that we're not holding the stretch for very long. It's just a quick pull, kind of increasing that range of motion. You'll feel that blood start to rush to that particular area, whatever we're working. Notice I'm interlocking my fingers, pulling that knee up and into my chest. I'm not going fast, nice and slow. Breathing's under control, and I am relaxed. Good, okay, we're gonna switch it up now. Next one that we're gonna do is we're gonna open the gate. This is really good for my hips. So what I do is I bring my knee up and out, and then I'm gonna switch legs, up and out. The goal here when I'm doing this is making sure that I am bringing my knee up to hip height, and really trying to extend it out as I go. Muscles we're working here, we're flexing our hip flexor to bring our knee up, and then we're using our abductors. Those are muscles on the outside of our upper leg to bring our leg away from our body. Really great exercise for opening up our hips. If you're doing any kind of squatting or deadlifting or any kind of hip movement at all today, this is a great one to hit. Good, let's do one more each side. Nice, and switch. Now we're gonna close the gate. So now we're gonna go from the outside and bring it in, just like so. Same thing, still using our hip flexors, but now we're using the inside muscle of our legs, which is called our adductors. Really important to strengthen these muscles up, especially if you're doing any kind of athletic movement, whether it's jumping, any kind of cutting, any kind of change in direction. Really important that we use those abductors to help us and stabilize our body as we go through those exercises. And last one, good, excellent. Our next one that we're gonna do is we're gonna do a standing alternating quad stretch. So you're gonna reach up with that opposite hand, and then you're gonna grab those foot as you go. So reach, grab that foot, good, reach, grab that foot, just like that. So when we're doing this, you can come up on that opposite toe. So I like to come up on that toe a little bit, and we're really, like I said, not holding this stretch for super long, but we're making sure that when we do this, everything is nice and straight. We're pulling that heel as close to our butt as we can. And if you're not able to balance on one foot and come up on that toe, that's okay. Just try to do it as best you can. No rush. Again, as we go through this dynamic warm-up, you're gonna do this every single day before your workouts, so it's important that you get better and better at these exercises, that you will as you go through them. So let's get one more each side. Nice, and switch. Okay, next one, this is one that I like to call standing superhumans. I'm gonna turn sideways so you can see me a little bit better. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna balance on one leg. I'm gonna reach out as far as I can. I'm gonna try to get my whole body to be parallel with the ground, and I'm switching legs each time that I do it. Making sure that I'm reaching out as far as I can. This one, we're really activating our lower back here. This is called our erector spinae. Also using all of our leg muscles to help us balance. And we're really stretching out the big muscles in our back. That's our latissimus dorsi when we do this motion as well. So that's where we're reaching as far as we can. You're gonna feel it also in your glutes as you do this. You're gonna feel that glute firing while you're bringing that leg back to try to get parallel with the ground. Let's get one more on each side and switch. Excellent. Okay, the next one that we're gonna do is we're gonna do a lunge and a twist. So you're gonna lunge forward, and you're gonna twist, and then you're gonna bring it back, and you're gonna do the other leg, lunge and twist, just like so. Make sure that we're twisting both directions. When you lunge, I'll turn sideways so you can see it. When you lunge, you wanna make sure that your knee's at 90-degree angle, your hips are at 90-degree angle, and your ankles at a 90-degree angle. That's how you know you're at a good, sufficient lunge. Usually, that back knee should be about 1 to 2 inches off the ground, and then you're gonna twist both directions. So lunge and twist. When we're doing this, we're lighting up those quads. We're using our obliques to allow us to twist, and it's a really great muscle, or a great activation of our glutes as well. So you notice we're hitting a lot of legs when we do this, and a lot of core, which is good. Those are the primary muscle movers of our entire body, so we want to make sure those get nice and warm before we do any kind of workout. Good, next one we're going to do, this is called Praise the Sun. What we're going to do is we're going to do the same exact motion basically, but it's going to be in reverse. So we're going to do a reverse lunge. My arms are going to go above my head. I'm reaching up as high as I can, and I'm leaning side to side. And I'm going to step back up, I'm going to switch. Arms up, lean, side to side. Good. When we do this one, you're gonna feel a really good stretch here in your hip flexors, also in your abdominals when you do this. So leaning side to side and switch. Leaning side to side. When we put our hands over our head, we're also stretching out those deltoids, which are shoulder muscles, and you're stretching out those latissimus dorsi muscles in your back. One more here. Good, nice. Next one we're gonna warm up our pecs, our deltoids, and our trapezius. I call these clappers. We're gonna keep our arms straight the entire time. All you're gonna do is you're gonna clap in front, and you're gonna clap up above. Clap in front, clap up above. Keeping those arms nice and steady. Again, we're working those deltoids, which are the shoulder muscles, our trapezius, which connect our muscle, or excuse me, my shoulder to my neck. And we're also activating those pectoral muscles. When we bring our hands together here, you'll feel that burn in your pectoral muscles. Last one, go ahead and relax. Next one, we're gonna do some arm circles. So when we do these, I like to start off with my hands straight outside to the side. We're gonna do small circles going this direction. Now the shoulder is an interesting joint because it can move so freely. So it's really important that we allow our shoulders to get really warmed up. And you notice as I'm doing this, my circles are getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and we're still just going forward. Okay, now we're gonna relax. Now we're gonna go backwards with it, same exact type of thing. We're gonna start here, small circles going backwards. Like I said, that shoulder is a very dynamic joint, so we wanna make sure that they're warming up the entire rotator cuff group of muscles, which is my deltoids, my teres minor, my teres major, a little bit of my traps. So this is gonna help make sure all those muscles are active and turned on, ready for our workout. Excellent, good, and relax. Next one, if you have the ability to, you're just gonna do some side slides. So all that it looks like is you're just gonna slide just like so. You can slide back and forth, but if you don't have room to do that, we're gonna go super wide and we're gonna do what's called lateral lunges. So I'm gonna lateral my body to one side and then to the other. My goal here is to try to sink my hips back and behind me while keeping my chest up. So I sink my hips back and super low, and then I come back up. You're gonna feel this in your quads. You're gonna feel this in your groin area, which is again your adductors. But also you wanna be mindful of keeping your spine straight and making sure that you're engaging your abdominals as you do this. So flexing your abs, rocking side to side. As you drive up from the bottom, make sure you drive that knee out. That's gonna turn your glutes on. So we're sinking and then coming up. Let's go one more each side. Sink, drive it up, sink, and drive it up. Good. Okay, increasing the intensity a little bit. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna activate our my hamstrings, which are back here. Our hamstrings activate by flexing my heel up to my butt. And when we do this, I want you to be doing your hands in opposition to your feet. So we're gonna do butt kickers. So when my left heel is up by my butt, my right hand should be up by my face. All right, so we're gonna switch just like this. Landing on my toes, making sure I am moving my body in opposition. Again, going about 10 to 20 seconds. Still pumping my arms, so I'm activating my biceps, making sure that my hamstrings, my quads, and my biceps are all working. Good, and relax. Nice work. Same thing, now we're gonna do what's called high knees. So when we do this, goal is for me to get my hips, or excuse me, my knee all the way up to my hips, and I'm still using my hands to be moving in opposition as we go through this, okay? Whenever we run, I wanna make sure those hands are moving in opposition to my knees to generate enough torque to drive my body forward. All right, making sure that my knees are getting up to hip height. We're gonna go for about 30 seconds. Ready? Go. You notice my breathing is starting to increase. That's good. My heart rate's starting to go up. That's because we're moving the biggest muscles in my body. Those are my leg muscles. And that's a good thing when you're trying to prep for a warm-up. You wanna make sure that you're getting that heart rate up and you're increasing not only your respiration level, but you're also increasing your body temperature. It's gonna help you perform a lot better in your workout. Good, and relax. Nice, and our last one, everyone knows these are jumping jacks. We're using our abductors, our adductors, our deltoids, and pretty much our entire core to keep us stabilized. So remember, whenever we do jumping jacks, we start together. We're gonna make sure that we bring our hands together at the top, feet go apart, and then the feet come together, and our hands come down our side. Here we go, 30 seconds, it's good. Don't be lazy with those jumping jacks. Making sure that you're keeping those arms straight. Feet are going wide. Breathing through it. Good, done in 3, 2, 1, 0. Excellent, you just completed the dynamic warm-up. Next job.